Have you ever felt touched? Not emotionally. I'm not asking about your feelings for someone or something. I'm talking supernaturally. Let me make this easy for you. Let's say you're sitting on the bench alone and it's late at night. The moon is huge and beautiful, and I might just make this longer than expected. Let's say you're alone in the house, no one is around you, and then all of a sudden, you feel like something has touched you. Usually, you might think to yourself, this could be just imagination, it's all in your head. But then that feeling increases, and it repeats, you will be spooked in no time. And that's how Jeff was feeling throughout the next investigation, which takes place in one of the most haunted places in the UK. And to be honest, the Ghost Tech Paranormal team doesn't always offer an intense amount of poltergeist activity during their videos. I'm saying that as if they are to be blamed for it, but this next video does have a lot to show, and I mean it. A little history about this place. Englefield Hall, built in 1880, originally served as a temperance hall, offering non-alcoholic beverages to local workers. Over the years, it functioned as a shelter during both WWs and later became a primary school before falling into disrepair. In 1990, it was restored and now serves as a social club and venue. The hall is rumored to be haunted, with reports of shadow figures, voices, footsteps, and a child hiding in a cupboard. An alleged spirit of a cat is also said to roam the building. You see, after all these rumors, you may expect at least one of them to be true. Unfortunately for both Jeff and Phil, all of them turned out to be true. The place is filled to the core with paranormal activity. Jeff was being picked on by the ghost so much that Phil got curious, or more like, got jealous because he might have felt like the protagonist's sidekick friend, that he had to ask the spirits why they were picking on Jeff. They grabbed and scratched his leg as he described, touched his shirt, walked towards him aggressively with their walking footsteps, and even did something I couldn't explain to him, but he was caught running. Not to mention the silhouette. Even though it was windy outside, you could still tell when these ghosts were causing activity.
We lock down the building, and Phil and I start to set up the equipment for the investigation. Whilst Phil is upstairs, I am down in the main hall when I hear loud noises come from nearby.
Phil? Was that you? Phil?
That was something that moved, but I don't know where. It's not Phil because he's upstairs. Noises from the stage area, Phil.
Yeah.
There was knocking.
Yeah, definitely. There wasn't the wind.
You hear the noises?
Yep.
Noises from the stage area, Phil.
Yeah.
Hold on, Phil. Someone was speaking. As I got just down there, I could hear someone speaking. I would say it was a man's voice. I don't know if it was for me or if it. That was from upstairs. And that was loud. It was like a man whispering. I don't know if it was for me or if it.
Is there anybody here who frequented this establishment at that time? Okay, there's a knock behind you. Apparently, Apparently, originally, this was known as the Victoria. Am I correct in that assumption? Tell me what it was like in here. Was that you, Jeff?
No.
Okay, there was 3 knocks there. Thank you. Could you come over and stand? Did you just see something go across there?
Seems to be where that cupboard is.
Talk to me about what it was like. I can hear you knocking.
Where's that coming from, Phil?
I don't know, it's
I thought
around.
it was behind me. Whilst Phil and I are on the ground floor, the door to room 3 opens and closes by itself.
There would have been a lot of countryside around, because although we're pretty close to London, the outskirts of London would have been a lot greener. Did people walk? You're right.
I shut the laugh out of me.
What was it?
I kid you not, it felt like a cat rubbed the back of my legs. You know where it does like a...
Yeah?
Who is that lady? Are you a teacher? From during the war? Can you do that even louder? You're one of the original owners? When this was a cafe called the Victoria?
You're right.
Did you work here when this was a hotel, a temperance hotel? So I gather that if this was a temperance hotel where they... What's the matter, Phil?
It's movement from the roof.
You okay?
Yeah.
We approach room 3 on the 2nd floor, and as I go to reach out to open the door, it slams shut by itself.
The door just moved, didn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, I saw it. I heard it.
I just went to...
Yeah, I know.
I didn't even get my hand on it.
What?
Put that down, Phil. Put that down. Put it down. Grab that. The sound of someone walking comes towards me from the main hall area. Can you make a noise again? Like you did earlier, please. Someone's walking. Who are you? Hello?
Is there a reason why you've picked on Jeff tonight? There's a noise coming from down there. On the stairs.
Our static cam in the main hall captures a shadow figure moving down the far corridor.
If I remember correctly, a while ago, there were some clips that were shown here in this investigation that I have featured because I think the video is a compilation of their previous investigations in this place. When we talk about orbs, it's usually a spiky topic, if I could say the least. It's kind of controversial. Some people believe in it, some argue about it, and others disbelieve in its existence. But there is a type of person who may perform some unpleasant acts on those who argue with them that orbs actually exist. These people you need to stay away from. There is no doubt that you might mistake orbs for dust in a lot of cases, but not when it comes to the subsequent case. Candace, if that's even her real name. I even had to check to see if that was a name to begin with. She is a lady who has a channel on YouTube where she shares her experience with the haunting of her house. All of her videos, if I'm not mistaken, are taken from the security cameras. Wait, I'm actually wrong here. Not all of her videos. In fact, I have one of the clips where she was recording by herself next. How stupidly terrifying. You will see how the house is filled with orbs. There are so many of them that even the motion detecting camera is having a hard time keeping up with everything happening around. I was amused to see how many orbs there are there. But moving on, what else? Well, the house is always active, with doors swinging back and forth on their own, and Nike shoes flying free from the hallway. Like no jokes, the shoes were being thrown so hard I felt like this force was very angry. When it comes to the first-person perspective video, the lady, who claimed to not be a smoker, even though her voice says that she is so addicted to smoking, her lungs can't catch up to oxygen anymore, was recording what looked like a weird, ghostly-looking mist floating around in the garage. At moments it's there, and at moments it disappears. It's spooky.
don't smoke. Although it sounds like I do right now. My garage door just flew open. I don't know. For no reason. What in the hell is... It's moving. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. What the f*** is that? Okay, it's coming towards me. What in the hell is that? I just got video of my garage door just slamming open and slamming shut.
With the huge amount of orbs there are in the house, I wouldn't have to think it twice. I will be moving out in no time. Maybe I'm not so bought into the flying shoes, but the orbs are speaking haunted. Fran Devil or Fran Evil, depending on what his actual name is, but let's just call him Fran. He has been living in his haunted house for a while now, and I always mix him up with the other guy whose house is also haunted, but that man's house looks like it's still under construction for some reason. Fran has a family, which is something I was a bit surprised by, because in the videos that I have previously seen and shared here, there don't seem to be any signs of a family around. It turned out the man had a wife and a son. At least, that's how things seem to be. But regardless if they were his family or not, they will pay the price. You mean rent? No, I mean the price of living under Fran's wings. Never knew paranormal activity could turn a man into a different creature. I meant that living in his house will cause them a bit of suffering because the house is haunted. Like, for example, one day his son was sleeping, taking a nap after school, I guess, when all of a sudden, some invisible force grabbed the kid by his legs and dragged him down. The kid was traumatized and had to run to Fran, who came in a hurry to check on his phone to see what happened from the video recording, as if he knew already that such activity would occur right in that day. How weird. But it gets even weirder, because if you think this dad would be able to stand up for his son against these ghosts, then you're mistaken, because even Fran himself got picked on, as these ghosts didn't leave him alone. His wife warned him not to try to confront them, but he didn't listen, and so they pushed him down hard. In terms of communication, these ghosts don't shy away from making their presence known by responding with voices, but it gets a bit more ridiculous once you see those apparitions Fran captured.
Por el niño. Al niño le gusta jugar mucho.
Eso se encendía y por eso el camión aquella vez que empezó a caminar.
Es por el niño, sí, es por el niño.
Pero mira, ve qué es lo que quiere, ¿no? Algo, tío.
Ay, me acaban de pellizcar.
¿Sí?
Lo
¿Te
acabo de
tocó?
sentir, sí, está alrededor mío, está al lado mío.
¿Quién?
El niño.
¿Y la mujer? ¿Dónde
La
está?
mujer sigue en la esquina, te está mirando.
¡Dios! ¡Quita, quita, quita! ¡Dios! Acabo de diminutar.
Sí.
¿Pero tú lo estás viendo ahí?
Sí, 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 sí.
¿Sigue ahí?
La mujer no me gusta nada.
¿Sigue ahí?
Y el niño está al lado mío.
¿Sigue ahí?
Sí.
¿Está alrededor tuyo?
Sí, el niño está al lado mío. La mujer sigue en la esquina.
Entonces, ¿qué podemos hacer con esto?
No me gusta nada.
¿Qué podemos hacer? Tenemos que hacer algo aquí.
Hay que investigar un poquito más y meternos más a fondo.
Mira que no noto, aquí no noto.
Cuidado. Cuidado.
¡Tía! Señores, estamos aquí en la investigación ahora mismo. Estamos intentando grabar todo y se oyeron unas palmadas, tío. ¿Lo viste? ¿Es el niño?
Sí. Mira, vamos a hacer una cosa.
¿El qué?
Vamos a hacer una cosa. Vamos a jugar un juego porque el niño es burlón, le gusta jugar.
¿El qué?
Entonces, vamos a hacer un juego. Vamos a dar unas palmadas. ¿Vale?
Sí, porque es que lo que cuye, ¿no? Cuye las palmadas.
Exacto. ¿Escucha?
Hostia, míralo.
Míralo.
Dios, ahí sí. ¿Estás viendo algo de ahí?
Míralo, sí, lo estoy viendo.
Qué asco, tío,
Está
voy a
justamente...
acercar.
No, espérate, Fran, yo lo espérate.
¿Está la mujer o algo?
Está el niño, espérate un momento.
No, voy ahí, tío.
No, espérate, Fran. Espérate que yo puedo, que yo puedo hablar con ellos.
Vale, ahora hemos dejado la... Dile, ahora hemos
Vamos
dejado...
a hablar con ellos,
Estamos bien por ahora.
Sí, vamos a intentar hablar con ellos.
Escucha, ¿oíste eso?
Sí.
¿Tocaron no?
Vamos a hablar. Vamos hacia la sala y a intentar hablar con
Es que,
ellos.
tío,
a ver
me
si se
está empujando,
manifiestan.
me duele de antes, tío. Te lo juro, me duele el culo.
Hola, ¿te puedo
Espérate,
ayudar?
Irene, que está... Espérate, que puedo estar aquí.
Hola, ¿te puedo ayudar en algo? Si estás aquí...
Míralo. Viene del baño, escucha. Joder. ¿Qué coño? ¿Qué cojones, tío? ¿Qué coño era eso? Ya estás intentando molestar, ¿no? ¿Te puedes manifestar? Si quieres. No te tengo ningún miedo. Sí, ya sé que estás ahí. Manifiéstate. Cojones. Manifiéstate. ¿Dónde estás? La sangre de Cristo tiene poder. Me cubro con la sangre de Cristo. Vale, que sepas que no te tengo ningún miedo. Vale. 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 Me cubro con la sangre de Cristo. Cristo tiene el poder. Ven, este es mi día a día, señores. En mi casa, esto es lo que pasa. Pero ya cada vez tengo menos miedo, así que me come todo el cipote lo que hay aquí. Esta es mi casa. Se están escuchando ruidos del ropero. ¿Qué cojones, tío?
Honestly, these videos are getting a bit too dramatic to me, like the house is very likely to be haunted, the possibility is there, and it's high, but did he really have to include these creepy figure apparitions, if you get me? The title on your screen for the upcoming video is very self-explanatory, like I couldn't have described it better. We have Alonso, the man who doesn't fear much when it comes to investigating haunted places, despite him being always terrified of whatever activity occurs, but he is stubborn and doesn't scurry away easily. In the next video, he was exploring a haunted cemetery, if we can even call it haunted. We don't know for sure, but I myself believe that all cemeteries are haunted somehow. I mean, just understand what the place is, and you will find yourself just like me, scared to be alone in the dark there. While Alonso was trying to communicate with the spirit of someone whom he didn't mention during the video, he was doing so right in front of the window of one of the mausoleums. I'm not so sure why he picked that one in particular. Either it has to do with the man who was buried there, or maybe his eye caught a paranormal activity happening in there while he was venturing his way into the depths of the graveyard. Alonso, by using a spiritual communication app, tries to help the spirit in there, offering some guidance and also asking how it passed away. Like, dude, it already had enough in life. Do you really think it wants any more guidance at this point? Regardless, whenever the paranormal activities occur, some strange, faint sounds follow up in the background. And if not strange sounds, there are also the sounds of a car honking randomly. The window, which has translucent blinders, was very active, and at some point, you may see a reflection of a shadow figure and a glimpse of a hand out of nowhere.
Si te encuentras aquí, abre la ventana. No te tenemos miedo.
¡Ay, madre! ¡Oye, madre! ¿Escucharon eso? Oye, allá adentro se escuchó. A la madre. Tuve miedo. A la madre. Tuve miedo, amigos, tuve miedo. A la madre. ¿Por qué no puedes hablar? Yo sé que estás aquí, ¿por qué no puedes hablar? Dime a dónde quieres que vaya. ¿A dónde quieres que vaya? Dime a dónde quieres que vaya. ¿En qué lugar estás? Ay, madre, no mames. Ven. Déjalo aquí. ¿Dónde quiere que lo deje? ¿Dónde quiere? Bien, amigos, arriba, la mano. Bien, la mano, amigos. Bien, ahí arriba. Bien la mano, amigos, bien los dedos. A la madre. Bien los dedos. ¿Qué deseas? Deseo verte. ¿Tú qué necesitas? Estoy perdido. ¿Que no estás perdido? Vean lo que dice ahí. Ay, a madre, otra vez se cerró la ventana, otra vez se cerró la ventana. ¿En dónde estás perdido? No sé, dice. Déjalo ahí, dicen. Vean lo que dice ahí. ¿Hola? Ay, a madre, otra vez. A la madre.
I'm not so sure, but as I understood from the transcript, there seemed to be a moment where a finger might have appeared out of nowhere. Maybe I cut it out without noticing, so you may have to rewatch the original version on this channel. Not that long ago, I showed you a video of a guy who decided to investigate a place called, I don't actually remember the name of the tunnels he explored, but there was an urban legend surrounding the place about the sounds of a crying baby, and these legends turned out to be true after the man in the next video ventured his way there. Ever since that investigation he conducted, he came back home, and strange creepy activity began to occur. I have shown you a video before where he captured what seemed to be a silhouette of some sort, but today he was having a whole different conversation, and I mean that literally, as he was trying to confront the ghost in his house. He began having his own way of talking to the so-called ghost, and the responses weren't as intense at first, as you may be barely able to hear what sounded like a voice. But then, heavy footsteps started approaching the man, and you can tell by hearing it that the ghost wasn't joking around. No, it was trying to get a grip on the dude, but he was pushing back, and by pushing back, I don't mean defending himself. He is too weak against such force, but was backing up until he was the one to be pushed back, and a bottle was also thrown at him as cherry on top. But the creepy events didn't stop there, as the voices I just mentioned tried to impersonate the man, mimicking his voice.
As you guys, can you hear it? As you guys can hear, it's starting to happen again. I'm not coming in there. I said no. It's not gonna happen. You need to go away! How about that? Come here. No. How about no? So I'm sitting here listening to music. I keep hearing something. Shh. Hello? Oh my God, bro. Spill my water. I ain't grabbing that yet. Hello?
There is still much more to come if you ask me, not just as the paranormal activity that may grow over time, but I'm also referring to featuring this man's videos in the future. I'm pretty sure he is still actively posting new stuff regarding this situation, not to mention the already existing videos that I haven't put my dirty hands on yet. But now I want those hands of yours to subscribe and watch the next video on screen.